Indra, king of gods and the lord of heaven, is in constant pursuit of success and wealth. Lakshmi. But Lakshmi prefers the side of Vishnu. Are you Indra chasing success? Or are you Vishnu with success chasing you? Therein lie the answers to who is a leader and ideal leadership qualities.
Well, Indra really is not a leader, because you see, the definition of a leader here we are talking about is someone, what is Vishnu's role? He is taking care of the world, which means his reference point of action is the world, others, not him. It's not about self-actualization. He's not trying to actualize himself. He's taking care of others, and in just doing that, he becomes a fortune magnet.
Okay.
Indra, on the other hand, is taking care of nobody.
Except for himself.
Self-actualization.
All right. So Indra is self-focused and therefore insecure and therefore chases Lakshmi.
Right.
Vishnu is focused on the other, therefore more secure, and therefore Lakshmi chases him.
No, he's not secure because he looks at the other. He is secure and therefore looks at the other.
All right. And yet when we talk about the creation of the world, we talk about three gods.
Yes.
At least this is popular perception. I may be
Yes,
wrong.
yes.
Brahma, the creator.
Yes.
Vishnu, the god that maintains. And Shiva, the destroyer. Why is Vishnu the most important of these three gods and the most revered as well?
When you're talking about creation, even the word creation, when you use the word creation, there is implicitly we are visualizing the God as it is told in the Bible, creates the world. But in the Indian context, the one who's creating the world is not worshipped. The one who's destroying the world is being worshipped. Now, either we are mad or there's a problem with our understanding of the words. Creating what? Destroying what? Preserving what is the question to be asked. You see, Brahma's action, when you read the scriptures, is a God who is yearning constantly. He's chasing things because he's seeking to understand who he is. And therefore, he creates the world to answer this question of who he is. And when he creates the world, rather than figuring out the answer, he starts chasing it and wants to possess it and want to control it, and he wants to dominate it. And he's lost his identity, he's lost his original purpose, and he's forgotten. And therefore should not be worshipped, because he's yearning, he's chasing the wrong thing. One could say that this Brahma is Aham Brahmasmi, you and I, human beings, we're chasing something and we're losing sight of what we really want, and we have to introspect to figure what it is. On the other hand, the gods who are worshipped are Vishnu and Shiva. Neither of these gods chase the goddess, but the goddess comes to them. Now, the difference between these two gods is Shiva says the world doesn't matter. This is all Maya, this is delusion. I shut my eyes to the world and I switch off.
So he gives up.
He lets go. While Vishnu says, well, the world doesn't matter, so let's enjoy it. So it's a question of perspective. Three different characters in mythology who are engaging with three currencies in a very different way. One says, I yearns for Lakshmi, Saraswati and Durga. Yearns, searching for it. That's Brahma. That's you and I. That's an average human being. On the other extreme is Shiva, who just switches off and says,
I don't want any of this.
I don't want any of this. So he's the Vairagi, the hermit.
Right, the
Completely
ascetic.
Ascetic. And what is he surrounded by? Cold, icy mountains.
Right.
Destruction. He's switched off. And the goddess goes to him and says, you know what, you may have figured it out, but the rest of the world hasn't, so please open the eyes. And so she marries him. So she goes to him and appeals to him and says, you know what, engage with the world, engage with the world. So you have two forms of Shiva, that is Shiva, whose eyes are shut, and Shankara,
Whose eyes are open.
whose eyes are open. He is the benevolent one, the boon-giving one.
So he's still, there is still attachment in him.
Engagement in him.
Engagement in him.
The words are important because they have different meanings. Now, Vishnu
Is the preserver.
Is the preserver. His eyes are always open. So when you go to Vishnu temple, the eyes are always open. He's looking at you and he's amused by you. He's amused because, you see, we are all Brahmas, and he's saying, you know what, your direction is wrong. And he's smiling and he's helping. He is the caring God. He's helping you. Very similar to Shankara.
And so this is what we need to try and be.
This is what a leader should be, which means he has to be wise enough to care. So a leader is someone who enables you to grow materially, L, intellectually S, and emotionally D. That's the role of the leader. And in doing so, grows himself. So your growth becomes his growth.
But why is the creator, the man who has helped create all of this, not given equal,
See, what has he created? See, we have to go back to the scriptures. He has created desire. He has created ignorance. He has created the chase. He has created the rat race. Brahma has created a rat race. Would you worship the creator of the rat race? Or will you worship the person who tells you how to step out from the rat race and still have the goddess of wealth chasing you? You decide.